Hey guys, welcome back. Yesterday we have seen about the primary distribution and primary distribution, secondary distribution, absorption area, and how we have to charge the overheads to the products. Those steps we have clearly seen that, and that's one of the comprehensive problem that we have seen yesterday. And if we repeatedly practice those sums, we can handle any kind of sums which can be asked in the quiz examination. That's what I believe. And today, what we are going to discuss is that's the next heading, which is supplementary overhead rate. Okay, what we are going to learn in this supplementary overhead rate is till now we have seen how we can charge the overheads to the products through overhead absorption method. This is a predetermined process. This is happening through predetermined rate, right? What if our at the year end we have got the actual overhead expenses actually incurred, right? If this is actual, this is absorbed. Okay, so if we get any difference between this, that would be called as under absorbed or over absorbed. And how can we address these changes to the products is what we are going to see in this supplementary rate. How we have to charge to the products by using this supplementary rate, and there are few concepts involved in this. We'll one by one get into it with this sum. Okay, now let's minimize this so we'll get more space to start the sum. Okay, yes. Okay, in a manufacturing unit, overhead was recovered at a predetermined rate of 20 per labor hour. Okay, what they are saying is in a manufacturing unit, overhead was recovered at predetermined rate of rupees 20 per labor hour. That's what they are saying, right? Okay, and then actually what the factory total overhead is paid is rupees 45,000, sorry, 45 lakhs. And laborers actually work this worked for 2 lakh hours, right? So we have got the base quantity, we have the total overheads, and then what else we have, we'll see one by one. And in the period, during the period, there was 30,000 units sold, 5,000 units held in stock, which is closing stock, 5,000 units, and no opening stock, 0. And similarly, though there was no stock of uncompleted units at the beginning of the period, and at the end of the period there were 10,000 uncompleted units which may be reckoned at 50,000. Okay, what they are saying is WIP for the period is closing WIP. Opening WIP is nil, and closing WIP is 10,000 uncompleted units which may be reckoned as 50% complete. Reckon means considered. Okay, and so we have got the four details. And after that, what they have given, the cost accountant was able to obtain the following following other information. Actually, factory overheads included the following items. Okay, actual factory overhead included some of the overheads which are not relevant to the production part. So that's what we are going to exclude from this actual overheads. That's why they have dedicatedly gave those four A B C D adjustments in here, which are 1,25,000, which is strike period pay to workers for a strike period. Okay, and then 25,000 penalty paid, and then 40,000 obsolete stores written off. Okay, and then 10,000 paid towards consumables related to prior periods now paid after the settle. Okay, 10,000. So these are all of old entry. We have to remove this entry from current period, so then only we can easily match the thing. So right, and what else given in the question? 2 lakh of factory overhead for the period was still payable. Okay, 2 lakh of 2 lakh factory overhead occurred but not paid. So additional, it's not additional, it's actually occurred but not paid. That's it. Okay, and not yet accounted in the books. Okay, right. On analyzing the reason, it was found that 60 percentage of the unabsorbed 60 percentage of the unabsorbed were due to defective planning. Okay, whatever the under absorption or over absorption comes through this part, no, which is actually due to defective planning or natural cause. So what they have said is 60 percentage of under absorption or over absorption happened due to defective planning, and the 40 percentage happened due to natural cause. Right. So that's what they have said in the question, and what they have asked us to find is unabsorbed overhead be treated in the cost accounts. That's what they have asked us to find out. So okay, I have 5 steps to complete this sum in a structurized manner. This is a 5-step approach. The first thing we have to compute in this question is compute under absorption happened or over absorption occurred. Next one is we have to classify the under absorption or over absorption based on the defective planning and what's that natural cause. The third one is calculation of supplementary rate. The fourth one is charging under absorbed amount or over absorbed amount to the products. Fifth one is journal entry. So that's it. We are going to compress all this entire sum in a 5-step process. So let's take the first one, which is computation of under absorption or over absorption amount. So how under absorption or over absorption amount occurs is actually, as we already said, absorbed overhead versus actual overhead gives us either under absorbed or over absorbed. If absorbed overheads is more, it's over absorbed. If under absorbed overheads is under absorbed. That's it. Particulars. Okay, now we have to find out the actual overheads occurred through the adjustments given. What they have actually given is factory total overhead is 45 lakhs. First thing, factory total factory overhead is 45 lakhs. And what else they have given? Yes, the additional factory overhead which is not paid, which is another 2 lakhs. This is a total factory overheads incurred. So that 47 lakhs, and some of the values have been given which has to be subtracted from this value. Those are strike period amount, which is rupees 1,25,000 minus penalty rupees 25,000, rupees 25,000, obsolete stores 40,000, consumables paid, that is 10,000. So if we deduct every unrequired things, we can easily find out the net factory overheads incurred. This is 45 lakhs plus 47 lakh minus 1,25,000 minus 25,000 minus 40,000 minus 10,000, which is 45 lakhs. Okay, so our net factory overheads incurred is 45 lakhs. So we have got the first part, which is actual overheads we have got now. Now we have to find out the absorbed overheads. So what they have said about absorbed overheads in this question, they have actually given the predetermined rate. See, predetermined rate. So absorbed overheads is what? Base quantity into predetermined rate, right? So base quantity in this question is how much? The base quantity 2 lakh hours into predetermined rate is rupees 20, which gives us 40 lakhs. So actual overhead is 5 lakhs more. So absorbed is under absorption. So we have got the under absorbed overheads of rupees 5 lakhs. Now it goes to classification. How we can classify this 5 lakhs under absorption? classification of under absorbed amount. So rupees 5 lakhs is the actual under absorption amount. In this, 60% is due to defective and 40% is natural cost. So if it is 50 lakhs, 5 lakhs, 3 lakh rupees 3 lakh is a 60% defective amount and 40% is a natural cost. Okay, so this defective is to be booked as a loss in the books of accounts. Right, so we have to treat it as a period cost and transfer it to costing P&L. Then what about this 40% natural cost happening? This has to be treated as a product cost and which has to be charged to the products. This is where our third step comes around, which is calculation of supplementary rate. So the overhead rate is overheads divisible by under absorbed overheads divisible by quantity produced. Under absorbed overheads is what? 2 lakhs. What is this quantity produced is 30,000 units sold and this 5,000 units of closing stock and 10,000 units of WIP. 5,000 units of closing stock and 10,000 units of WIP into 50%, which is treated as 5,000 units. So totally 40,000 units. Supplementary rate is two lakh divisible by 40,000 rupees 5 per hour S4. So we have found out the supplementary rate. Now we have left with the step of charging under absorption to the products, under absorbed overheads to the products. Right, now how we have to apportion, how we have to charge how we have to charge under absorption to the products. So particulars, units, total. Right, so how many units we have sold? 30,000 units. How many units we have kept at closing stock? Which is 5,000 units. How many units we have reckoned as completed units of WIP? Which is 5,000 units. So our supplementary rate is rupees 5 per hour. Okay, into just 1,50,000 charged to sold units, 25,000 charged to closing stock, 25,000 charged to WIP. So total 2 lakhs, which is the actual overheads which have to be absorbed under absorbed overhead, which has to be charged to the products, product cost. So now we have charged everything. Now we have to our sum is over here. We are just adding the journal entry to finish this sum. So what could be the journal entry for this? So all these overheads are purely related to production overhead that we know. So to production overhead, right? So production overhead of which is under absorption of 5 lakh rupees, right? So what are all the things which have been involved here? Costing P and L we have seen, which has been treated as period cost, right? So that was amounted to 3 lakh rupees. And cost of sales account, which is actually the number of units sold, which is 1,50,000, and the closing stock, which is FG account, 25,000, and WIP account, which is 25,000. That's it. This all this gives all this actually totaled to 5 lakh, and both these 50,000 rupees of under absorbed value goes to the next period. This this 3 lakh and 1 lakh 50,000 recorded in the same yearbook, but this 50,000 goes to the next period, and that's the sum. This sum gets over here. So what we have seen in this sum is, so far we have seen, yesterday we have seen, so just a recap what I want to give is, yesterday we have seen the problem which actually comprehensively covers the primary distribution parts and again the distribution part, absorption rate, how we have to calculate, and then charging it to the overheads, and how we can calculate the total cost per unit, right? So today we have seen the further another step, which is how we can calculate the under absorbed. Either we have planned the, we have yesterday in the yesterday problem we have planned what would what can be the absorbed overhead, but if there is absorbed, that's if there is absorbed overhead, then there should be actual overhead also, right? So whatever the difference comes between both these elements is called as under absorbed or over absorbed. So these also, this under absorption or overall absorption also needs to be accounted in the books of accounts. For this we have using the supplementary rate concept here. Using the supplementary rate, we are actually transferring the value of under absorption value to the sold units, to the closing stock units, to the closing WIP. So all the units we have transferred and we have completed with this 5-step approach concept. And I hope you guys are got a clarity in this problem. We'll see with a new problem tomorrow. Thanks.